1,
2, 3, 4, 5,
6,
7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
I don't know if you have ever seen somebody's house burned to the ground and the tragedy that it ensued, but I have seen a very close friend and family of ours have to go through that, and it's not something fun. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about the importance of burning safely and knowing what you're burning. So the first thing to keep in mind, especially in East Tennessee, is that anytime you're planning to do any type of burning, no matter what it is, Knox County actually does require that you have to get a burn permit, and the environment and the standings and the temperature and the winds and all that kind of stuff has to be set in a certain area in order for them to be able to give those to you. And so, like I said, in Knox County, that's going to be through the Knox County Air Quality Office that you would call to get that done. They can also let you know what the environment's like and if it's possible that you can even get that. And I think they do it for 2 days, but there's another website, it's called burnsafetennessee.org. And you can check them out. They give you the same information. Of course, they do the entire state of Tennessee, so you can kind of see who you need to talk to about getting your burn permit and what the conditions are going to be and that kind of stuff. Another big thing that's been going on lately is that you're supposed to buy your wood where you're going to burn it. And that's not only just because of keeping everything safe, but it also has to do with the trees that are in our environment, because there are different bugs and infected things that can get into our trees, and those actually come from people carrying firewood outside of the area that it comes from. The biggest one that's going on right now is the emerald ash borer, and it actually affects ash trees. But if you drive through the mountains and you guys see all those trees that are just like, it looks like all of the leaves have fallen off, but they're gray. It's not necessarily just because the leaves are gone or because it's fall, it's because they're dead. And what happens is these beetles come in and they infect all of these trees and they spread. And they say that within 3 years of the beetle being brought to the area, it can kill a tree off in 3 years. So something that has taken 100 years to build can be completely gone in 3 years by a bug that's as small as your pinky. And so there are other things that are going on that can cause that. But there was a study that was done from the Firewood Task Force in Michigan that says that 75% of those infestations are actually linked back to campgrounds where people are going and burning, making a campfire each night when they're camping, but they're bringing their wood in from somewhere else, and so it's causing these beetles to travel with them. And they say of that 75%, 80% of those infections can actually be traced back to firewood being brought in from a different area. So that's really something that you want to keep in mind. The other thing is that anytime you're burning anything, you want to make sure that it's not pressure treated, it's not burnt. You want to make sure that you're not doing anything poisonous, because that is a health factor. It can cause you to have some serious conditions and you could end up in the hospital. You also want to make sure that anything you're burning, especially if you have kids around, it's really fun to get everybody around a bonfire and roast marshmallows and make s'mores and do hot dogs. But you want to make sure that anything that you are burning, you've allowed it to what they call season. So you want to make sure that you're cutting it and stacking it and allowing it to air out, and that allows the sap to come out so that when you're burning, it doesn't cause it to pop, which can cause the fire to go outside of your nice little consolidated area where everybody's sitting around. And especially when it's been dry, it hasn't been wet or anything like that, it can cause those to spread really quickly, as you've probably all seen on the news with the wildfires that are just like going out of control. Yeah. The last thing that you want to do, is of course to make sure that anytime you're burning anything, you're going to make sure that you want to get your fire out. You want to make sure that when you're planning your fire that you know how long you're planning on letting it go, so you can allow the appropriate time for the wood to actually burn out and for everything to cool off the ash. You want to make sure that you're pouring water on it to make sure that it's completely out. And that prevents it when you go to bed or anything like that. A gust of wind doesn't come through and pick something up that's still on fire or may still be heated that can cause that fire to spread. So make sure that you're following your fire safety tips anytime that you're burning anything. And remember what Smokey Bear said, that only you can prevent it.